Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a budget with me for September paycheck number 2. So if you guys like cash stuffing, budgeting, saving money, anything like that, make sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button. We're going to do the budget with me a little bit differently. I'm going to pull it up on my phone and maybe pop up pictures over here if that works out, and then you guys can see the budget that way as we talk through it. I'm also going to be setting up my Ally Bank savings buckets for the first time with you guys on camera, so we're going to see how that goes. I'm new to using Ally, and I've recently been putting some of my savings into my Ally, so now we're going to create those buckets, allocate the savings into those buckets, and do all of those things. So we'll see what happens with that. And then I am a cash stuffer, so I do need to do a cash planning where I plan out how much cash I need to pull from the bank and what denominations I need, so that tomorrow I can film my cash stuffing video with you guys where we unstuff my wallet to see how much I spent over the past 2 weeks, and we're going to add new money to my wallet and add new money to my sinking funds, which are my short-term savings. So if you guys like any of that, go ahead and buckle in, because that is what we are about to do. Okay, I have my budget on my phone here in front of me, and the first category that I always have is income. I am a salary employee, so I make the same $21.07 every paycheck, and so that is what our income is going to be for this paycheck. Then the second category that we have is bills, and I transfer the same $375 to my bills savings account. I live at home, so I just have automatic transfers going out on the first to pay whatever bills that I need. So bills is also very straightforward. Then the next category we have is long-term savings, and for this one, we're putting $250 into my emergency fund. I'm doing that every paycheck until we hit $5,000, and we are going to be hitting that in October. So we're really close. We're really close to 5,000. And then the other thing we're going to do is the 100 envelope challenge, which is like a move out, move abroad fund. And we're going to put $127 into the 100 envelope challenge. So that is a total in long-term savings of $377. Then we have our expenses, which is spending money in my wallet and also like any other general expenses. So first we have groceries. I do $150 a paycheck. This is normal, nothing weird. The paycheck of Halloween, I think I want to increase groceries so I can buy like Halloween candy for the trick-or-treaters and stuff, but I don't think I need to do that yet. I usually like procrastinate, so I don't need to do Halloween candy money until October, I think. We're good for now. Next is gas. We are doubling gas. Okay, I typically put $35, maybe $40 into gas because I fill up once per paycheck. But now that I have been driving to the other side of town for a free Korean class I've been taking with King Sejong Institute, it's like across town twice a week. Some people even take the extra class and drive 3 times a week. I'm not driving all the way over there 3 times a week. So 2 times a week, I'm driving across town, and I noticed that I have been filling up more. And also maybe just going out doing things, but I have been filling up more. So we're doubling gas. That way I can fill up once a week. And so $80 should be good. Gas has been fluctuating a bit recently, but typically 35 can fill up my gas tank if it's good, or else 40 if gas is a little bit high. So we're doing 80. We're doing 80 and seeing how that goes. Next is auto and health. I typically do $20 a paycheck into each of these, but we're doing $30 today, which is good because we're saving up for new tires in auto. And also, I need to take my car to the shop tomorrow. It's making a weird noise. I've been telling y'all this, right? I'm actually going to take it tomorrow. I swear. I'm going to take it tomorrow. So you'll see in the cash stuffing video if I said I took it or not, but I'm taking it tomorrow to see what that sound is. We'll see what the damage is, but it's been making that sound for like a week or 2, so there's something going on. So we will see, but $30 each into health and auto. Those will get cash stuffed into those sinking funds. Then we have donations. I do a straight up $125 into a checking account every paycheck, and then when I see a cause that I want to donate to, I will do it. Recently I've been doing like teachers back to school wish lists, buying things off of those. I might start kind of stockpiling that money and waiting for around Christmas time, because then I can do a bunch of the angel trees and Salvation Army trees and buy a ton of gifts off of people's wish lists on those trees. Like you get them from church, they have them at Walmart, things like that. So I remember I did that last year and I was able to buy so many things. The Salvation Army tree has adults on there, and the adults kind of want like expensive stuff, like, you know, no shade, but like vacuum cleaners, Instant Pots, stuff like that. So it costs a bit more. So if I'm able to like kind of build up some of this donation money, then I can actually buy gifts for people. So I'm really excited to do that again. Then next we have miscellaneous. I increase miscellaneous a lot. Typically I do $50 to $100 a paycheck. This time I'm doing $150 into miscellaneous because when I unstuff my cash savings envelopes to pay off my credit card, sometimes I don't unstuff every single purchase I make. Like if I have a small purchase, like $1 at the gas station because I got a drink, or like $3 because I got a savings challenge off of Etsy, something like that. Sometimes I don't always unstuff it. And so that $3, $5 kind of builds up. And I'm not 100% sure if what I've unstuffed over the past couple paychecks is enough to fully pay off my credit cards. So just in case, I increased miscellaneous to $150 to have like $100 to cover anything that was like, sometimes I round my numbers, you know, in case my rounding was a little bit off, or the smaller purchases that did not actually get unstuffed. We're doing $150 into miscellaneous to take care of those things. And then now we can get into my wallet categories, which is spending. I will say first off, subscriptions is nothing. I have no subscriptions coming out this paycheck, so yay. But now we can get into my wallet categories, and those are eating out, shopping, beauty and clothes, and entertainment. Tomorrow you guys will see how much I spent in those categories over the past 2 weeks and what remainder we had. It's not much at all, but a positive is better than nothing, right? Okay. Anyways, you'll see that tomorrow. But eating out, this paycheck is getting its normal $150. Then shopping is getting also its normal $75. These are all getting their normal numbers. Beauty, I'm getting my nails done during this paycheck, so I will be giving it $100. That's enough for my nails. And then typically like $20 in case I need to buy anything else. And then entertainment is getting its regular $75. We are going to a concert during this paycheck, so if I need to pay for parking at the venue, food at the venue, merch, anything like that, that's what this entertainment money will go to. Also, if I go to the movies, because I have Real Unlimited, so I'm always at the movies. But if I want to buy popcorn at the movies or something, I would use entertainment. So we might use some of that this paycheck. We will kind of see how it goes. And then lastly, we have our sinking funds, which are my short-term savings goals. So this will be money that probably gets used up within the next year or so. And yay, because we're actually able to stuff some of these sinking funds. I feel like the past couple paychecks I haven't been able to. There's always been like one thing that came up and I had to put all of my excess money towards it. But today we can sprinkle in a little bit of money into these envelopes. So we're already doing auto and health. That one was in the expenses category because I kind of treat that like a bill and make sure to stuff those early on in my budget. And then by the time we get to the end, this is where we're at the leftover money. Like, do I even have money to do sinking funds? So this is the point that we're at. And the first one is subscriptions. So we're going to be saving for miscellaneous subscriptions. Getting to the end of the year, if I want to sign up for a new subscription service, I haven't set aside any money for it. So maybe I want to use some of my miscellaneous subscriptions money to pay for that. Also, I do use a lot of my sister's streaming services, and so I think she's going to start charging me like half for some of those. So I just kind of want to like stock up on some subscription money to have that ready in case she does send me like a Venmo request. I did have quite a bit saved up in miscellaneous, but then we renewed our Six Flags annual pass, and it cost a bit more than I thought it would. And also I decided to get the meal pass when originally I decided not to. So pretty much we cleared out miscellaneous subscriptions. So we're starting her over again, and we're going to be putting $10 into that one today or tomorrow. And then gifts. So my dad's birthday was this past week. That was all good. What I had saved up was good enough, and that was enough to buy, like, we went out to eat, gifts, all of that. But then I have a cousin's birthday who's coming up, and so I have a personal budget of $30 per gift. I'm going to set aside $20 for his gift, and then at the end of the month or beginning of October, I will do a video where I unstuff all of my completed savings challenges from August and September. I'm thinking that's going to be at least $600. So we will use some of that money to finish fully funding gifts and these other goals that are like lower priority and haven't had a chance to get stuffed in a while. So we're just going to do 20 into his. Even though I could like just put the full 30, we're just going to do 20. And then in that video, I'll probably add the last $10 that I need to fully stuff his gift. Then up next, we have a new envelope in my adulting binder, and that is called Savings Challenge. And I think I might do various savings challenges. We'll kind of see. But for now, that is essentially saving up for like shopping. So I am a K-pop fan, and I want to buy a couple of K-pop albums. But looking at my wallet, I didn't quite have enough for the purchase I would want to make. So I'm going to use a savings challenge that I recently bought. We're going to put it in the adulting binder, and essentially it's going to save $80. And then once I've saved that $80, I will put that towards a purchase of like buying a couple of K-pop albums. I like the group NCT, and Haute from NCT recently released his first solo album, so I want to buy that. Key from SHINee. SHINee is my favorite K-pop group, so I want to buy his most recent solo album, things like that. And if they're like $25, $30 each, just 2 albums alone is going to add up, plus shipping, so on and so forth, you see? So we're going to try a little differently. We're going to do a little savings challenge first, and once I have saved up the $80, then I can, you know, make the purchase. So that's what that is. Then in my fun money binder, which yay, because we get to stuff this one. Oh my gosh, why is my sister yelling? She's watching a show, and it's like the finale, and she's like seeing who wins, so she's literally screaming. Oh my god. Okay, we're just gonna have to roll with it. But into the fun money binder, my second sinking fund binder, the first category we're going to be stuffing is Disney. I have a trip coming up. We're going for both like the fall Halloween stuff and for Christmas. So I need to be saving up for both. We have like flights, hotel, tickets, that stuff is sorted out, but I just need spending money for food, Ubers, merch, things like that. So we're putting in $10. Then the fun money envelope, which is not necessarily for anything specific, but just if something cool or fun pops up that I want to buy a ticket to or to go somewhere, that's kind of just generic money for me to be like a spontaneous girl, right? So we're going to be putting $10 into fun money because that one currently has nothing, so I kind of want to give that one a little bit of something. So that is all for sinking funds, but we will go into my savings challenges, which are the other videos I do on my channel, and they're like little games that encourage you to save more money, and I have a lot of fun with them. And so the first one we have is Christmas. I saved $50 a paycheck for Christmas, so I will have $1,000 saved by October. We are $150 away. So this is September paycheck number 2. Then October paycheck number 1 and 2 will also have $50, and that will finish the Christmas savings. I might even finish it earlier. I don't know. That will finish the Christmas savings for sure in October. I will set up like a whole Christmas binder, like with all the how I'm going to budget for each family member and everything. And that will be just in time for Black Friday. So that's going to work out. That's going to work out really well. Then Mini Monday is like a video I do every Monday using free saving challenges. That's going to get $100. So I can do 2 videos, $50 each. Then next is the K-pop binder, which is a binder full of K-pop themed savings challenges because I love that binder, and those are the challenges that I make and sell on my Etsy, plus some from other creators. And I think that one is gonna get, I put 50. I think that one's gonna get 55. That one we're gonna give it 55 because it's my favorite. Okay, we're swapping 2 of them. Next is Saving with Shalonda, and that is another creator who makes saving challenges, and I have a binder full of her challenges, so that one is going to get $75. And then the Hello Kitty binder, we're swapping it. Instead of 55, we're going to give it 50 because I just did that saving challenge, and I'm actually going to finish it in the next video, so it doesn't need as much money. So we're going to give it $50 instead. That way we for sure finish that game and work on some of the other games we have in there. And that is it for our sinking funds and savings challenges. So in summary, income $2107, long-term savings $377, bills and expenses combined is $1,340, and then sinking funds, so the savings challenges and short-term savings is $390 for September paycheck number 2. Now, I think the next thing I want to do is set up my Ally buckets, and then we will do the cash planning. So I'm going to do that from my phone and just screen record it because it doesn't look as good on my tablet. So let's go ahead and do that. Made it into the Ally app, so we're going to play around with it because I have not used this much, but what you see right here is $4,596.88. That is money I have been transferring into here over the past month or two, and it goes towards different savings goals. So we need to create buckets in this app, which are all my different savings goals, and we're going to allocate each bucket its specific amount of money. So I have them written down using this really cool Ally monthly bucket transfer sheet template from Big Queen Budgets here on YouTube. So I will have her tagged down below. And I wrote down all of my buckets and how much I'm transferring into each one. So there's 6 buckets that we're going to create. 3 of them are getting money today. The other ones we're just going to create as goals just to like keep them in mind. So we're going to do emergency fund, South America, education, friend trip, weekend trips, and auto. And we will talk about them as we create each one. But let's just see how things are working in this app. We're going to hit buckets and hopefully it loads. I don't really need the video actually. Okay, so they have one called emergencies. So we will go ahead and select emergencies. Oh, I can select more. Okay. Do they have one for auto vehicles? Sure. I need South America education. They have education. So South America, friend trip and weekend trip. I don't want to just call it travel. I want to give each one of them their own category. So I don't want to use vacations because that's like too generic. I want to be able to tell which one is which. So can I just make my own? Okay. So we'll do South America. Oh, okay. Make your own. Then we will do, what's next? Friend trip. And make your own weekend trips. Weekend trips. Okay. So these are our 6 categories that I want to create for now. If I have some other categories that I fully fund, then I will create those and add that money later. So let's add some money to our buckets. Choose 2. We're going to start with 2. So we're going to move it from the core savings. Okay, core savings is the generic bucket that they created. And we're going to move to emergencies. And I am using this template, so I already wrote out how much each bucket should get. Emergencies is going to get $3,546, $3,546. And so this is how much I've saved up in my emergency fund so far. Most of this was in my high yield savings account with my credit union, but I'm moving it here just because even though that one, it had a minimum balance, but it didn't charge you any fees or something if you were below it. But this one with Ally will earn more interest, and I just am able to do the whole buckets and everything like that. So we're moving our emergency fund into here. This is what we've saved up so far. I'm also saving up part of my emergency fund in cash, and when we hit a certain goal, I will deposit it into Ally, and we're just going to keep rolling with it like that. So, okay, let's do it again, I guess. Let's select multiple. Oh, that's smart. Look, there you go. I see the vision. So we're going to do, we have $1,050.88 left. We're going to do, let's see, $500 into South America. So I've already saved up this much in South America. And then we are going to do $550 into education. Did I do one for education? Oh, I did not. Weekend trip South America. Okay. Or it wasn't not popping up. I swear I did education. Select multiple buckets. Am I like just going crazy? Why is that one not popping up? Okay, let's see if I can go back. Does education exist? Okay. Let's hit, how do I add a new bucket? Manage. Add another bucket. Education. And then I actually do want to make one more. I was thinking of it called interest. Okay. 2 more buckets. So now let's add money to multiple buckets. We have $550 remaining that goes to education, and this is saving up so I can take the CPA exam because it is unfortunately not a cheap process. And then lastly, we have core savings. My sister is truly losing her mind. Oh my gosh. Anyways, we have 88 cents left, and what I was going to say is I'm going to create a bucket for interest earned in this account, and I kind of want it to accrue separately from any of my other savings goals. I want to see how much interest I earn having so many savings goals in a high yield savings account, and then maybe when I hit a certain number, whether that's $20, $100, I don't know, maybe even $5, I will transfer it to one of my savings goals then. But for now, I want interest to build up in its own account. So that is all of our money. We are down to $0. Now I want to see about creating goals. Let's go to set bucket goals. So the first one we can set that's really easy is emergencies. My goal is to have $5,000 in here, and honestly, just by the end of the year. So let's see, target amount, 5,000. Target date, we will put December 31st. And that is that. Let's see what it says at the top. It's tempting to set big, lofty goals, but it can be more effective to break them down into smaller ones. Okay, yeah, just set goal. And so I wonder if it'll like show my progress or like tell you how much you need to contribute per month, something like that. Anyways, let's do another one. So for auto, my goal is just $1,000 because I have an emergency fund. To me, if there's anything auto related that's more than $1,000, like I'm just going into my emergency fund, you know? So I feel like I would be very comfortable with $1,000. Where can I set a goal for that? Let's go to vehicles, add goal, amount 1,000, and there's no date. There's no date because honestly, I know I'm going to spend this, so it's not even really worth it. I plan to get new tires this fall either way, so I know that's definitely going to take a lot of money out of here, but we're just going to set it. And then once I do all that, once I do my repairs, my new tires, we're just going to work our way back up to 1,000. But I feel like if I do hit 1,000, if there's ever a time where I hit 1,000, I will stop contributing to auto and just focus on a different goal. Next, is there anything else I would want to focus on? Weekend trips. The goal is 500. Low-key, I actually have already saved the 500. It's just in my envelopes, and so I plan to unstuff that money and put it in here so that it can earn some interest. I just haven't done that yet. Friend trip, I would like to add a goal of 500 for when I go visit my friend. I have my flight, but I need to double check if I need to get a hotel or not, and then I'll need money for Ubers and things like that. That should be enough for, it's just a weekend. That should be enough. Weekend trips, goal, we'll make the goal 700. That's actually enough. Weekend trips is like domestic travel for me, like somewhere on the weekend. So I feel like $700. I go where the flight is cheap. I fly Spirit, I fly Frontier. If I can get $150 round trip flight somewhere, I will go there. And with $700, I just need to find a cheaper or affordable hotel, maybe with points, and then I can make that work. Any other goals? South America. Low key, like 1,500 or 2,000, because I would like to do a trip to South America like a year from now, like end of next year, 2026. We'll see if I can find a deal, if the timing works out. It's just kind of like a bucket list kind of goal trip for me. I'm hoping maybe even during Black Friday, I can find a deal on a trip. I'd like to do one with a guided tour with a tour guide, and you just get on the bus and go. I love to travel. I've traveled to a lot of countries. I solo travel, so I feel like competent in being able to like do my own travel research and like having general knowledge on how to safely travel, things like that. But I don't know, for South America, that's a new continent for me, and that's like, it's just a bit more research. So I'm like, maybe I'll do a guided trip where, again, the trip lays out the itinerary, and I'm just picking the itinerary I like and the dates that I like. And I feel like something like that for about a week in South America would be maybe 1,500, 2,000. I don't know. I'm hoping that that is enough. I really hope so. I hope it does not cost more than that. So we will see if I can find a deal on one of those group trips during Black Friday. That's my hope. And then the main expense will be like the flight and stuff. So we will see. We're gonna put a low goal, because if it's too big, it's just gonna make me sad. We're gonna put 1,500 as the goal. And you know what? Once I find a deal, if I ever even find a deal, we'll worry about the actual amount later when we have real numbers. Okay, so core savings we're gonna leave. Just like when I transfer money into Ally, it'll go into core savings. That is good. And then interest. Oh, there's a way to make it where when you get interest, when you earn interest, it goes into that bucket. Let's see. No. I saw that. I was clicking around. Let's see. No. How do we do that? Let's look in manage, distribute money, interest paid. Okay. And I want it to go into the interest bucket. There we go. So, okay, just like that. So I think I have my Ally account set up. So we have done our budget with me. We set up our Ally buckets. Now it's time to do our cash planning so I can figure out what denomination of bills I will need for my cash stuffing. I already wrote out the categories and how much each one is getting. I'm going to need a total of $1,227 from the bank. Let's break out these bill denominations. So first we'll start off with my wallet. And in eating out, it's getting $150. I've noticed when I do eating out, I typically try to pay with exact cash or as close to as I can, so smaller bills. And I've noticed I've been wanting more, at least $5 bills, if not ones. So today we're going to try to add in some more fives. Let me grab my sheet from last time so I can reference it. Is that this one? Okay, this is last paycheck sheet. That'll help me do it quicker because a lot of these things will stay the same. But I think I want to do some more $5 bills. So we're going to do 4 20s instead of 5, 4 10s, 4 5s, and 10 1s. My envelope is going to be bursting, but that's okay. So 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 140, 150. Okay, 150 is right. Shopping is getting 75. Let's do 3 20s, a 10, and 5 1s. Beauty is getting 100, a 50, a 20, maybe 2 20s, no, a 20, 2 10s, and 2 5s, 50, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, that's good. Entertainment getting 75, 3 20s, 1 10, 5 1s. Then we'll go down to sinking funds. Auto's getting $30, so that will be a 20 and a 10. Health is also getting the same, a 20 and a 10 for 30. Subscriptions is getting 10. Gifts is getting a 20. Savings challenge will get a 10. Emergency fund will get 2 100s and one $50 bill for $250. Disney and Fun Money will both get a $10 bill. And then savings challenges is where it gets a little more complicated, you could say. We are going to do the 100 envelope challenge. I'm going to do $50 bills into here. So we're going to do 2 50s. We're doing 127. 2 50s, a $20 bill, and 7 1s. No, we can do a 5 and 2 1s. Because I already know what envelopes I want to put these 50s in. So we're probably going to do a smaller envelope with these 20s. We'll see when we get to it in my mini Monday on Monday. Christmas is getting $50. That's always 4 10s, 1 5, and 5 1s. Then we have mini Monday. That is going to get 8 5s. So that will be here. 8 5s and 60 1s. 40 plus 60 is 100. K-pop is getting 55. So let's do 2 10s. We're going to be starting a lot of new challenges, I think. Let me see. Since we're starting new challenges, I do want small bills because, yeah, we're starting a lot of new challenges. All of these will be new. We only have one challenge that's staying. Everything else is new because we finished like 5 challenges in one video. So I want smaller bills because I won't be able to condense as we go. So K-pop will get 2 10s. Let's see, 3 5s and 21s. So 10, 20... Yeah, because it's getting 55, right? Yeah, 10, 20, 5, 35, 40. 20 plus 15. 30, 35. Okay, there we go, 55. I was counting too much. Same with Shalonda, $75. Let's do 4 10s, 4 5s, 15 1s like last time. And then Hello Kitty, $50. We will do same as last time. Yeah, let's do the same as last time. Know what? We're going to do like a $20 bill. No. Yeah, we will. We'll do one $20 bill. Feeling crazy. 1 10. 1 5. And 15 1s. Let me see. 20, 30, 35 plus 15 1s is 50. Okay. This should be correct math. Let's see. First, we're going to add up the quantities of each of these. So in 1s, I will need 20, right, 10, 15, 20, 80, 100, 137. So I need 137 1s. Then we need 6, 7, 8. Plus 8 is 16. Plus 3, 19. 23, 24. 5s. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 25, 25 10s, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20s, 4 50s, and 2 100s. Let's do the math. So we already know that's $137. Hopefully that's legible. 24 $5 bills is 120. That is 25 $10 bills for 250. That's 320 in 20s. 250s, and 200 and 100s. Do we think I did this right on the first try? Let's see. We're going to add all these up. 200 plus 200 plus 320 plus 250 plus 120 plus 137. 1,227. Perfection. So what we're going to do is grab a bank slip, write this out, and this is what I will hand the teller so they know what I need. So in $100 bills, I need $200. In 50s, also 200. 20s is 320. 10s is 250. 5s is 120. And 1s is 137. Oh, I wrote that bad. Let's grab this falling apart magic eraser and try that again. So 137 for a total of $1,227 I will be getting from the bank. And that is it for our cash planning. Okay guys, that is all I have for you guys today. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for sticking around. I'm going to take this bank slip to the bank tomorrow so we can get our cash and get ready for our cash stuffing this weekend. If you want to see that, make sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button, and I will see you there.